Hey guys, this is a video response to EdT1138's Top 3 Tuesday. The question this week was asked by okchief420, and the question was, what are your top 3 handheld games? Handheld games, I started off in terms of handheld games with the original Game Boy, the fat Game Boy, and it came with Tetris, and that's like the only game I played for the longest time. It didn't make the list, but it is the game I played for the longest time. And there was a few games for the Game Boy. I did get a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance. I've had most of the Nintendo handhelds. I didn't delve into the Game Gear or the Lynx or anything like that, but I did play and get addicted to quite a few handheld games, but generally I always stuck with the consoles, and just now I've recently got into the DS and the 3DS, so I'm far more into handhelds nowadays than back when the Game Boy was still popular. That said, I did come up with 3 that I love and are some of my favorite games of all time, so I'll start with the third game. The third game, unfortunately, I don't own because I don't own any Game Boy Advance games. I don't have a Game Boy Advance and I don't have any of the games. But that game is Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. Just an amazing game, and something I was waiting for quite a long time after Paper Mario on the N64. I was really craving another Mario RPG, and I just love all the Mario RPGs that come out. And Mario & Luigi was something quite different, and it utilized a really cool brothers mechanic where you kind of could split the brothers off and solve puzzles in the environments by using one character to do something while the other character does something else. And that, translated to the battle system too. You could have, like, each brother was put on a different button, like the A and B buttons, and you could kind of do attacks like that. The battle system, was really fun with those kind of systems going on. So it was really a battle system that wasn't boring by any means and required a lot of fast reflexes. Just really fun, Of course, the game, like all the other Mario RPGs, has tons of great humor to it. It's quite a long game too. It's a ton of bonus content in there. A lot of things were weird about it at the time, which I thought were actually kind of interesting. Like, there's no ins or anything like that. The only way to actually get health in the game was to use healing items. So that doesn't sound like much, but it definitely added something different to the game. So you weren't wasting healing items constantly. You were trying to save them because that was the only way to get health back. But yeah, a really cool game and one of my favorites. I love all the Mario & Luigi games, but Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga is my favorite. At number 2 is Pokemon Red and Blue. These games are very nostalgic for me. I was just at the right age when they came out and they were super popular. The hype for those games and just the fact that everyone, when I was going to school, was playing these games, was talking about them. It was really quite something. I thought it was always amazing that everybody would play them, even people that weren't too into video games at the time. It was the first handheld game that I ever had a serious addiction to, I'd say. I'd bring it to school every day. I'd get home, play it, go to bed, wake up the next day, play it in the morning, go to school, play it there. I loved just talking to everybody about the different Pokemon you'd catch. I loved all the rumors too about the game. There was all these rumors floating around that you could do all these crazy things, and when people found that missing no glitch, that was such a cool experience for me. It was one of the first RPGs I ever beat, so it's kind of one of those games that got me into RPGs, so I'll always love it for that. I wasn't too big into the Pokemon games afterwards. I kind of stopped playing them after Red and Blue, but Red and Blue was definitely a great game. I loved pretty much everything about it. And finally, at number 1, my most favorite handheld game, and it's actually a fairly recent one, and that's 999, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. A weird name, I know. For anyone that hasn't played it, it's basically a visual novel style game with a bunch of different puzzles. A lot of the puzzles having to do with getting out of locked rooms. I don't want to go too deep into the storyline, but because it's something you have to experience for yourself, but I think of it as like kind of like a Saw, like if you've seen the Saw movies. The storyline is kind of similar to that, but much better in this game. But that's the best part about this game. I haven't played a storyline played a game with a storyline this good in a long time. The puzzles are also very engrossing, very fun. Nothing too challenging, but definitely still fun to figure out. Lots of replay value in this one. In fact, anyone I know that's played it, immediately when they beat it, they immediately go for one of the other endings, because you have to get the true ending. It must be seen in this game. It wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, this game, but if you are interested in visual novel style games in the slightest, you have to check this out. This game completely blew me away. It was totally addicting. The storyline just got to me like no other game storyline has. Just a phenomenal game, and I cannot wait till Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward comes out in a few weeks now, actually, so I'm very excited for that game. My favorite handheld game by far. There's still a bunch of DS and 3DS games I haven't played, so this could be dethroned in the future, but for now, nothing beats this. And those are the games. Thank you guys for watching, and definitely check out EdT1138's and okchief420's channels. They're both amazing channels, tons of great videos, and see you guys later.